Hi everybody, it's Denny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I am using an old digital stamp from a company that's no longer around called Digital Stamp Boutique. They had some of the most cutest images and they had such a variety of images and I absolutely loved them, but unfortunately they are no longer around. So I'm still playing with some of their images. I've got lots of them already printed out that I haven't used up yet. The papers that I'm using are from the American Crafts Dear Lizzie Daydreamer paper pad, and I've just cut down this little I don't know what you call it, a tag or whatever, and I'm just going to layer it onto some black cardstock. It still wasn't popping up for me, so what I ended up doing was grabbing some white ink. The one that I'm using is the Colorbox Mini Frost White, but I will link up a few other ones for you as well. And I'm just going to really carefully ink around the edges, so directly from the ink pad, just running around the outside to make it look chalky. And it turned out exactly like I was hoping that it would, and it looks so adorable and it finishes it off perfectly. So I'm super happy that that worked. Just trimming off a little bit of extra that I didn't realize was still there on the black. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to throw in some twine behind it, but for now I'm just going to go in and see if I can add some more layers to it. It just needed a little bit more pop, you know, from a red or something. So I've got a few extra bits left from that paper pad, so I'm just going to trim some down and make some banners, and I'm going to pop those behind. And there's not a lot to this card, so most of it is just patterned papers, you know, leftover bits. As you can see on the left hand side of the screen there's lots and lots of leftover bits and pieces from that paper pad. As you guys know, I'm a hoarder of papers, and I will use as much as I can from a paper pad before I pass it on to my stepdaughter or my son's school. And you know, they can have a play with it or whatever they want to do with it, but I try to use up as much as I can first, so there's very little amounts left before I have to hand it on. So I've banded those up just using my EK Success scissors, and I'm using some Helma liquid adhesive just so I can work out exactly where I'm going to put everything. I didn't adhere them straight down to the card. The image is cut using a Lawn Fawn Stitch square die. I'll have a couple of different brands linked up for you, because I know that everything that I use is not always available in other countries, so I try to link up as much as that I can. So before I adhere this down to my card base, I'm going to grab some more layers and pop them underneath. And I had this sentiment from Whimsy stamp sitting on the side of my desk from another project, and I thought, how cute would that look on that little board there? It would finish it off and look absolutely gorgeous. So I've turned it into a birthday card. So just adhering that down really carefully, trying to get it as straight as I can so it looks like it was supposed to be there. And then we're going to start putting all the layers down. Trimming off any excess pieces before it goes down. Here I am, I'm grabbing some twine and I'm going to try and adhere it behind so it looks like it's hanging on the top of the card. And I just use some normal sticky tape on the back of it just to hold those twines down. Nothing pretty, I just did a little tiny knot, and then I'm just going in with that adhesive and taping it down on the back of the card. I'll add lots of glue to it so that it will be nice and stuck to all of my layers. I had this little bit of grass left over from another project. I was trying to add it to the bottom of the card, but it just wasn't working, so I actually don't end up using it. I'm going to trim down some craft cardstock and also some white cardstock just to pop that image up off my card base. So layering everything up. I know you guys probably think I use a lot of cardstock for my layers, but I have so much cardstock it's not funny. If it's really special, sometimes I'll cut out the center so I can save as much as I can, but to be honest, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so adhering now to the front of the card, and we will decorate the inside of the card as well. You guys know I always decorate the insides of my cards, and I try to just use some leftover bits and pieces from that same paper pad so that everything is all matchy-matchy. So I'm just trimming down to the side a small rectangle of cardstock to add to the center there. I decided to add another white layer down first because that craft cardstock was just a little bit much with this also browny crafty kind of color patterned paper. And we're going to go in and add some more strips. It's not working, so we're going to just go with adding the rectangle down and we'll be done. Last but not least, I'm going to add some Nuvo drops. You guys know that I love my Nuvo drops, and I'm going to add those to the front of the card. This is my little label that I add to all of my cards, so my name is always on my cards. Alright, just tapping those out so they turn into that beautiful domey shape, and this is my card complete. So lots of photos for you to see, and I named this video just a boy and his pets. So super cute. Love the way it turned out. I apologize that I am again using a retired stamp, but how can I throw them out? They're already colored up and they're in my tray and they need to be used. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.